Good morning, everybody. Is it Monday again? It is Monday again, my friends. So cheers to you. Oh, look, and just like that, the phone starts dinging. Okay. So good morning. Happy Monday. It is honestly, it's a beautiful day here in Florida. So again, I apologize if where you are is not quite as lovely. You might see that my background is a little bit sparse, but you know what? Here's true story. I squeezed things in a minute ago because one of the shots that I saw, you couldn't see half of the stuff. So I moved it in, and now with this big shot, I shouldn't have moved it in because now it's a little cluttered. Anyway, so yeah, I gave my office like a big overhaul. All of these cabinets behind me are now organized. It's one of those tasks that you need to do, you need to do it, you put it off. And then honestly, what inspires me are the organizing and like Dollar Tree hack, like Instagram or TikToks or whatever. I find myself just mindlessly going into those, and then it just kind of inspires me. I don't necessarily go get the stuff that they say to get, but it does kind of inspire me to do that. It's funny though about cleaning, like not just organizing, but cleaning. I've had clients in the past say that one of the things that they do on their cleaning day is they will put my YouTube channel up for the model home tours, which are obviously gorgeous and like just totally perfect, spick and span clean, that they put those on to run like kind of throughout the day while they're cleaning to kind of inspire them. And I think that's a really good idea because I will tell you, every time we come back from doing our model home video tours, you can ask Eric, true story. I kind of get the little bug in me, whether or not I'm going to clean something or buy something new. Like for instance, Eric, do you want me to plop over to you?
You can keep talking, but then come to me in a minute.
So there was
I have an issue.
Okay, he's standing there. I could tell he's chomping at the bit. All right, so let me tell you this real quick. So there was one video tour. I fell in love. Go get those blue things by the front door.
One moment, please.
There was a model home, and I loved what they had at the front door. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love these. I have to go find them. And then, of course, I came home and I found it, and Eric's going to kind of get it and show it to you. Huh? They are pretty. Oh, no, I was going to have you show it because you're over there because you're bigger. So I'm going to put it on there now. Yeah, sure. Okay, there they are. So these are these really big boots. Okay. Yeah. Really big, like you put your umbrellas in them. Oh, was I supposed to? You can put it back now. No. Thank you. And then you can come back and you can say what you're going to say. Chaos. Okay. So I saw this. You put your umbrellas and things like that in them at the front door, and it's just one of those things. So again, the little things that inspire us. So I've kind of redone my office, even the shelving, very neutral whites, creams, tans, little hints of blacks. Kind of pulled out some of the blues that were in here to make this feel a little bit more kind of summer beachy vibe. So I apologize, that doesn't look so groovy behind me, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to go to Eric now because he's standing there patiently.
That's what I want to talk to you about.
Okay, go ahead.
So inside the marriage and inside the business. So I spend my Sundays getting ready for these shows, right? Up till as I get up early in the morning and I do all this stuff. And so imagine my surprise when I set the lights behind the stuff, so there's a nice little glow, and then the show starts and you've moved all the stuff.
Here's why. Because the shot that I'm in right now, if you come look at my shot,
I've seen the shot.
Right, but see now everything is centered, right? So you can see the little, rise and shine, it's coffee time sign. But when we go to the big wide Amy, for some reason, like everything just I'm sorry. Okay, my apologies. Sorry. I screwed up. You want to move it back?
Go back. So see, you can still see. Look now. You see the light, right? Oh no, wait, hold on, wait. Let's go there. Where's Amy Solo? Here we go. So there, you can see. You could see everything if it was there.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway.
I messed it up. I'm sorry.
So, I do all these graphics and things, they don't create themselves, and you don't get snappy sound effects like this one. Push the button.
It's gonna be me.
Thanks. Put a lot of work into that. So thanks for using it. Bye. Go away now.
No, I didn't. It's funny. I didn't.
Goodbye.
I'm so bad. Okay, I'm going back. So I did not know. Eric does. He puts up. Did it again. Because today is May 1st. So that's why it's going to be me. It's going to be May. Got it. Haha. That's very funny. But I will tell you, it took me a minute to figure out. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. I'm old, or maybe I'm not functioning yet this morning. Hence my coffee. Here is my coffee. Cheers to you, my friends. Here's my Disney mug for you today. I don't know if I've used it before. Honestly, Eric and I realized the other day we are coming up, is it 1 year, honey? He's not listening. I think it might be like 1 year that we've been doing the coffee times.
It's about that, yeah.
It's about that. So I am to the point where I don't really know what coffee mugs I have used. So I'm doing Disney today just because. Plus it matches the set, right? Set, my office. But I will tell you, true story. I was out yesterday and I popped into a store, which I don't go into stores very often anymore, which is not great. It's just I don't have time. And if I have time, I just don't have the energy or there's other things that are going to take precedence over that. But I was in a store and they had this whole like shelving thing of coffee mugs. And I stood there and I thought about each of you. And if they had had a mug that was perfect just for you, I would have purchased it, even though I have no more room to store these mugs. But they really didn't have anything that caught my eye that I felt was worthy. So
go to Rob's question.
Go to Rob's question. Oh my gosh. It's what?
It's on our same theme.
I'm looking, I'm scrolling.
He did the cue.
Oh, he did the cue. Oh, because Rob knows how to do this. Duh. Okay. Do you have Hamlin on a loop like that? Yes, we do. You did it and I did it? Okay. Eric and I both did it. He has his own little controller over there. Yes, we do. We have the Hamlin and we have Ovation. We also have, where's the Oh Bother? I don't know where that one is. But anyway, we have lots of little sound effects that Eric has done here. I don't have enough. I don't have enough patience to find those buttons sometimes to figure out where they are. So let me go back to where I was. Hold on. Gotta go remove all of that. Anyway, so cheers to you. Good Monday morning, May 1st. Hope it is a beautiful day where you are. We have a lot to talk about again, as usual. If you have questions, please make sure that you put the Q in there. It'll just help me search for them, even though I do have Allie. Although I haven't seen Allie this morning, but I'm sure she's here. And Eric kind of helping to search for me because it's hard for me to monitor all the stuff over to the right of my screen while I'm chatting with you here in the center. So I hope you had a good weekend. We really are to the point. Eric and I were off all weekend again. And again, I think it's the same thing. We don't really ever have a day in the weekly schedule to reset and to go, okay, here's our day off. This week ended, this week is beginning. And that's our fault. So it's all on us. But it really does. We go to bed at Sunday night and we're like, is it Monday again already? Which hence is life. And we need to slow it down just a smidge. So here is my permission for each of you. If anyone feels like you need an outside person to tell you, you know what? Take a hot minute and breathe and listen to the birds or look at the sky or read a book or read a chapter of a book. If you need that permission, I'm giving it to you, my friends. I also am supposed to remind you, if you don't mind, to please like and subscribe and all that jazz, all the social media stuff, because it really helps us with the Monday Coffee Time. Monday Coffee Time is, I don't think, the best day to do something like this, as we've said before, but I don't really care, much like in my business, I don't really care what trends and this and that. I'm not doing it for any of that. I'm doing it for you. So this works for us. It's our own little family right here every Monday morning, spanning across the globe, as we have people not only, here in the United States, we've got people out in Wales. I saw Geraint was on here again this morning. We've got all of our friends and family from all over. So cheers to Monday morning to all of you. All right, let's get going and let's talk about what is brewing today. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, so we talked a little bit about some of these things on our Sunday drive that aired yesterday. So I'll probably reference that a couple of times in our little coffee time this morning. But part of it is the Disney passes, and the Disney passes are back. They kind of suspended that for a while. And so it was really kind of nice to find out that Florida residents, we've got some more options. So here's a quick peek. So you can see the first two, the Pixie and the Pirate, are for Florida residents. The Sorcerer is for Florida residents and Disney Vacation Club members. And then the Incredipass is pretty much for everybody. And this is just going to scroll. So let's take a quick peek. So the Pixie is, about $400 a person most weekdays other than holiday blockouts. And then the Pirate, which is, $750 most days other than major peak holidays and blockouts. And then the Sorcerer, that's the one that's, gotta have that one because it's every day but Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year holiday weeks, which is $969 a person. The Incredipass is for everyone. So if you thought that $969 was tough, don't even look at the Incredipass at $1,399. I mean, come on, just put $1,400. And that means there are no blocks. Now, for us as a family, we don't get there enough, but what we do hate, especially like when we do have, we had 2 in college. Now we have 1 in college. Next year we'll have another one in college. But when we first moved here, it was hard for us to determine which one we wanted because when they would come home from school that we could feasibly go as a family would be the blockout date. So anyway. Yes, sir?
I was just going to say, so it's $150 for a daily ticket, though, to go. So when you look at that Pixie Pass,
I know.
I mean, it's 2 days worth of going.
It is. It's just when you have a large family of,
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. So I would be interested to know what people think, what pass they would buy and what they think we should buy.
That's a good idea.
Them. And they just went on sale April 20th and they may sell out. So
we need to get
them soon. As do our viewers.
So yeah. So I'm sure you guys could hear Eric because he's got the microphone right in front of him. But yeah, so we really are interested to let us know what you think of the passes and which ones you think we should get as a family and which ones you would get. And don't, gentle reminder, if you want them, you need to go ahead and get them too, because we don't want them to, end that program again or sell out of them or whatever. So that is kind of part of what's brewing is those passes. I'm going to put those up one more time so you can take a look at them. So again, Pixie, $400. Most weekdays, so that's no weekends. The Pirate, $750 most days other than the peak holidays and blockouts. The Sorcerer, again, the first 2 are for Florida residents only. The perk of being a Florida resident is that we could go during the week. It's like we don't have to have a weekend off necessarily because we could pop over on a Tuesday night for 2 hours. Even we don't have a 9-to-5 job, but if we did, we would be able to then, pop over, from 6 to 8 p.m. if we wanted, or, so we could utilize that one. But, and we honestly, for the holidays, we don't go anywhere on the holidays. Holidays is very much family time at home. Thanksgiving, we're nestled in, we're enjoying time together. It's a big board game day for us. And then, of course, Christmas and just holidays are for us at home. So keep that in mind. Tell us what you think we should get for us, and then tell us about what you think you would want for your own family. All right. So the next part of coming soon. Let me try that again. Maybe another sip of coffee, Amy? What do you think? Okay. So the next part of what's brewing is coming soon. So coming soon. So we've mentioned this before. We have a real estate, kind of a law here in Florida when it comes to real estate transactions that we cannot advertise a listing publicly, specifically more than 24 hours in advance. So I can't tell you where, I can't tell you anything. All I can tell you is it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an office. That's really important. So it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus, and it doesn't have doors on it, but 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an office under $400,000. So that is going to get your attention. It should be going active on Friday. So we'll have to wait until next week and I'll give you all the full details on that one. Or of course you can, call me, privately, and I'll give you the inside scoop. So that's one that we've got coming up. And that one's really exciting too. It's actually funny that we sold the neighbor's house directly across the street. And in real estate, that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. We don't know the people. Those people have no idea that we do coffee time. They have no idea that we have the model home video tours. They have no idea that we do Sunday drives. So the main reason that people call me is oblivious to them. They literally called because we sold the neighbor's house. The neighbors had nice things to say. It sold quickly. It sold for a pretty good price. And that is the way traditional real estate works. So I always find it a little awkward when I'm like, so they don't really know that we do video tours of even the listings. I'm going to Eric. Hold on. He's standing there.
Well, you're fine. You can just tell them the truth, which is part of it was your stupid husband left the sign at the house. And, I don't know what happened. Like I left, and the neighbors left the sign leaning against their house, so we had free advertising.
Yeah, we just forgot to pick it up.
Because I'm dumb. It's okay.
Well, no, you're not dumb. It's just sometimes it sounds silly because, it's like, oh, it's so hard. But there's a lot of those tiny details when it comes to real estate and listings and little things like lock boxes and signage. And sometimes you can't have signs. Sometimes it has to be a specific sign. Sometimes the HOA sends out a little notice to remove it. And so the homeowner will pick it up and put it on the side of the home. Or after everything is over, we go pick it up. Sometimes you have to change the electronic lockbox to a coded one so that the inspector can have access. Excuse me. So there's a lot of those little moving pieces, those little tiny details that they're not like crazy. It's just there's a lot of those to kind of keep up with. And so there's every once in a while I'll go to Eric. I was like, didn't we put the coded lockbox on such and such? And he has to think about it. And we have to backtrack as to when we were there and what we did. Again, that's just part of the territory. I'm not complaining. It's just sometimes your brain gets a little overwhelmed. So for all of you that have popped in after I said my good morning hellos, excuse me, I definitely I want to say hi to everybody. Oh, I do see Allie here. So Allie's here. I knew she would be. I just didn't see her post earlier. And Garrett, I see that you are here. We call boots like that in wellies here. Oh, we call them wellies here in the UK. Oh, that's cute. I like that. So the blue boots that we had, you call them wellies. I've learned a new word, my friend. I love it. So anyway, so I'm just doing a quick little scroll here just to see. We have Rhonda saying hi from Maryland. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? I got some of my regulars here. I love it. You guys are my family. You know that, right? Tulio, we have you from Connecticut.
That's a great name.
What a great name. I know, right? Wow. That's a good one. We always talk about when we named our firstborn Forrest. That was kind of a name for a little baby, but we thought about him as a man, and hence he is a man now, and so the name Forrest is fantastic. So love that name, by the way. Okay, so let me move on to our next little. Oh, where did it go? Here it is. To our next part of the What's Brewing. So we did the Disney passes and we did the coming soon, and now we're going to talk a little bit of real estate. So we're talking about saving on design. So we talk about this. I do this a lot with my clients. And again, design is going to be a little bit more, I say it's more for new construction, but it's actually not. So let's say that you purchase a resale home and you want to do some renovations. You want to do some, just kind of updating some of the fit and finish on the inside. This is my suggestion kind of over time, knowing what things cost at the design centers, having been the person when we first moved here where we had a very, very, very strict budget of what we could spend on our home. And it was a lot of square footage. So the first home that we purchased here, similar size to this one, it's, just under 5,000 square feet, like 4,700-ish, somewhere around there. And that's a lot of square footage. So when you think about that, and that's, again, let's think, okay, let's say you have a smaller home that's maybe 1,800 square feet. Maybe you've got a mid-sized home, 3,200 to 3,500 square feet. Maybe you've got one that's a little bit larger, 4,000 or more square feet. Your budget, that percentage that I tell people to kind of allocate in their budget, I like to add to maybe the base price of a home if it's new construction, to allow them room in their mental and physical budget to make those improvements to the home and to add those little design touches that they want. The fit and finish, I like to call it. It's going to be smaller if it's a smaller home because there's not as much square footage. Even if you want to upgrade your flooring substantially to a higher level, there's not that much, surface to put that flooring on. So that amount is going to change. And obviously the more square footage you have, then again, the more expensive that budget is going to be. But so here are my tips for basically where to allocate the money. And again, this is true for not just new construction where you're building it and you have to add things and you may be budget conscious on the end, but it also is going to be true if you have a home that's a resale home and you want to do some updating and some renovation to that, but still have to do it, and I say on a budget. Now, I'm not saying on a budget where I'm giving you the Dollar Tree hacks, okay? Although there probably are some. I do have some good tips for you, though, which I should probably share those too, and they're not really in our coffee time, but I'll see if I can remember them and tell you. But what I'm actually talking about is where you should put your money. So if you've got X amount, whatever that X amount is in your budget that you want to spend to make your home pretty on the inside, right? The things that you're going to look at on a daily basis, the drawers and cabinets that you're opening and closing, and the floors that you're walking on, and the surfaces that you're putting things on. Those are the things that I just named. My favorite things for you to add your money to in your design options, whether it's new construction or if you're doing renovation, is the cabinets, the counters, and the flooring. So those green boxes that you see right there, that is exactly the 3 most expensive elements in your home. And it really is the surface, the skeleton kind of, it's the skin of your home, right? So you want to make sure that if your budget allows for it, and by the way, this is always taste specific. So what I'm telling you is only, from experience as to where you might want to put your money. So let's go through cabinets first. So a standard cabinet, and again, we're gonna compare and contrast when it comes to new construction and resale renovation. New construction, a cabinet's gonna be included with your home, but it is typically the standard, meaning the included, meaning when they say base price starting at $475, $990, well, you're gonna have a cabinet included in your home, but it's probably not going to be the color that you want. It's usually a couple of different shades of brown, and candidly, not the most attractive shades of brown, generally speaking. So people are then going to go up level 1, level 2, level 3. They're going to continue to go up. And whether or not you choose things like beveled edges on the cabinetry, or if you do whatever exterior finish you want on the cabinet, that's going to be personal taste. But it's more about the quality of the wood or the workmanship or the hinges on them. Whether or not you want soft closed cabinets and drawers. Okay, those types of things are like sprinkles on your cupcake. I'm talking about the actual color, because sometimes the color of the cabinet isn't included until you get to a level 3 or a level 4 cabinet. And then again, kind of the material that it's made from, whether or not it's a stained wood or it's a painted wood. So cabinets is a really important one. That is something that you're going to have in your kitchen for many, many, many years. As your taste changes, as you recarpet the bedrooms, as you repaint your home, all of that may happen over the course of time, but you're probably not going to change out your kitchen cabinets for many, 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 many years, because it's too expensive. So do it right the first time and invest some of your budget to your cabinetry. The second one that we talk about are the counters. So the countertops, again, going back to basically the skin of your home. We just talked about cabinets. That's kind of the biggest visual in your kitchen, because the kitchen is such a big focal point in every home. Then the countertops, whether it's your kitchen counters, which is typically is what we're speaking about, islands, bathroom counters, things like that. Super important. There are a lot of great surfaces, by the way. So you do not necessarily have to go to your highest level quartz to get something that's really nice, durable, scratch and stain resistant. There are a lot of man-made materials that you can utilize for your countertops. And then there's a lot of natural stone elements. It's important to note that if you purchase anything or choose anything that is a natural stone, there's always going to be a disclaimer in there. Like, let's say it's granite. You may see and choose off of a little square that's this big, and you may go, oh, I love that. Well, when you see the whole slab, there could be a real big swirled something right in that piece of that slab of granite that may not be as attractive, or it could be completely like a statement piece. And so you will see disclaimers when it comes to things like that as to just kind of whether or not you choose a stone. And again, all of this, some of the builders do include granite standard. And I think this is important to note too. So if they include, if they include granite standard, it is typically 2 different versions. One of which I call the salt and pepper. So it's like white with black flecks in it, some grays and tans in there. Very neutral, very pretty. It's very nice. And it's going to work in a multitude of cabinet options, and it's going to be very versatile. Absolutely love that one. The second one is the same kind of a speckled look, but it's going to be more darker with tans and browns and some blacks in it. But it's more, instead of the background being more white, light, and bright, it's going to be a little bit more tan, cream, brown, darker. Those are usually, and again, they, every builder is different. So, don't yell if I'm wrong, but that is what most of them include as their standard features. So kind of going back to what you should choose then, find the countertop that you like. Again, this is something that is going to be way too pricey for you to replace later. At least in my opinion, if you've got an extra, 5 to 10 grand that you want to swap out countertops, depending on the size of your kitchen. Okay, great. And people do that all the time. But I tend to think that your cabinet, your counters, and next your flooring are the pieces that you should really invest your money in. So let's go back to our little chart here. So the third one then is the flooring. This is so important. Okay, especially for new construction. And again, play it with resale versions as well. But so with new construction, what a lot of people don't know, and they don't understand this until they get deeper into the process, right? And they're already set on it. Their heart's already attached to this house, but they haven't gotten the specific information yet as to what is included standard. So in nearly every single new construction home, you have a tile, typically a square ceramic tile, 17 by 17, 18 by 18. It's a very nice, large, indicative of, 2023. A nice tile. It's not like the 12 by 12 from, years ago. And you can walk into a home now, a resale home, and go, oh, well, we know when it was built based on the 12 by 12. That was cool. Now it's 17 by 17 or 18 by 18. But that ceramic tile is only going to be included in what they designate the wet areas. And that means your kitchen, your laundry room, and your bathrooms, and maybe a little slab of it right in front of your front door in your foyer. That's it. Everything else is going to be carpet. And it's a basic carpet because this is standard. This is included. So again, that, $479, $990 base price is going to include a couple shades of brown cabinets. It's going to include 2 versions of either laminate countertops, or if it is granite, and most of them are granite actually, it's going to have the salt and pepper or the darker brown version of the salt and pepper. And then you're going to have standard tile only in the wet areas, and then carpet. And the carpet's going to be a very basic standard carpet. Having been to design centers, I think it's very smart that you can't actually choose all of the standard options and have them match well. It's almost like they knew what they were doing. If you want a specific cabinet, there's not really a flooring or a carpet that seems to work well with it. And anyway, but that is about the flooring. So if you are looking to extend, and this is a saver, right? Is that first of all, get the flooring that you want. Again, super expensive. You're going to walk on it forever. I promise you, of all of these, you're not going to want to replace your flooring later. It's just too messy, too expensive, and it's too important to try to not do it right the first time. Unless you have a skill set that allows you to do all standard options from the builder, rip all of that out, and then have a third company come in and replace all of that. I'm going to get back to that option in a minute because I think it's important that I share something with you. But so one trick you can do if you're like, gosh, Amy, but yeah, that's good info, but I just don't have a tremendous budget, but I definitely don't want carpet in the family room, and I don't want it in the dining room, and I don't want it in the hallway. It looks weird, right? And the models never show it that way. So here is something you can do. And this is what we did on our first home when we first moved here. We took the included standard tile that was included with the home, and we extended it only into the other areas that were not already included on the first floor. So our whole first floor was the tile, but we only extended it in those areas. And it saved us the cost of the bathroom that was the 2 bathrooms that were on the first floor and the kitchen that was already on the first floor. We were able just to extend it into the main family room. So it saved us money. We still extended it, but we didn't have to double pay, but we also didn't upgrade. So had we upgraded that flooring, we would have had to pay for an upgraded surface all over. Okay. So real quick, just back to by the way, this is a smart idea. I've had lots of people do this, and I've seen lots of people do this, where they go with what the builder gives them. Cabinet, counter, flooring. Well, maybe not the cabinets and the counters, but the flooring. A lot of times it's the flooring. They let them put the cheaper, still standard builder grade tile and carpet in. And then as soon as they move into their home, they rip it all out and they have someone come in and replace it. That is a great cost saving idea. However, you just voided your warranty with the builder because you just, let's just say there was an issue somewhere in one of those rooms. Let's say it was in the bathroom. Let's say there's a leak. And again, I don't want to like scare you, but let's just say there was a problem that presents itself later and they realize none of that is the flooring that they installed, you could potentially avoided that warranty. So you just have to double check what you're doing and why you're doing it, and what is the safer bet. So that is a real quick overview of the things that you should put your money in. Definitely find the cabinet that you want, the counters that you want, and the flooring that you want. Those are the big pieces of skin on your home that you're going to look at, you're going to utilize over and over and over again. So they need to be what you like visually. They need to be durable and easy to clean and stain resistant and scratch resistant. So focus your money there. So take a quick peek over here at the red ones. And I get really excited about this. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of going on, but that's okay. So these are a few areas where if your budget is like maxed out, you're like, okay, Amy, I'm done. I got my cabinets, my counters, my flooring. That's it. I have no more pennies to spend on upgrading anything. Then fine, then utilize this. If you've still got money, then certainly go ahead and upgrade these at the design center or again within your budget. But if you don't, if your budget is just so tight, faucets. Okay, so with a faucet, you can get a faucet after the fact. And I always tell people, look, if you can handle that faucet for like a year, then just use the faucet that the builder includes with it. It's under warranty, and then swap it out later. Backsplash. The backsplash is something that is a nice DIY project. There's a lot of people that can do that type of work. And even if you can't do it, it's not such a crazy over the top expense because it's a small area of space. That real estate between your cabinet and your counter is not that large. And backsplash can be pricey, very, very pricey. And the nice thing with doing that after the fact is that you will likely have many more options than you do at the design center, although the design center gives you kind of an overwhelming amount. But again, if it's something that you need to do later, you can add the backsplash later and probably save a little bit of money and have more opportunity. Hardware. Okay, so I have mixed feelings on hardware. I am pro let the builder put the hardware on, because if you screw it up, and this happened, by the way, not to my client, but I heard the story. Husband was quite a handy person, knew what he was doing, He does the hardware until he realized that he screwed the holes on the wrong side of the cabinet, the side that doesn't open. So what happened is he just screwed up that cabinet, and the builder won't cover that under warranty. So he had to figure out a way to get a door to replace it. And it was an unnecessary kind of a frustration. But if you've got the money, pick your hardware. If not, and you're really solid about doing things like that, then you can certainly do that. Again, have lots more opportunity for kind of pretty ones and more decorative ones, at your local home improvement store. And the last one is lighting. So this is important too, because Eric and I were talking about this when we were putting this together. So lighting is very important. And here's what can be confusing. With some builders, lighting, like adding the extra recess, like in this room, I have my center lighting fixture that comes with the room, right? But I added 4 additional recess lights here in this room. For me, at our design center appointment, that was a design option. That wasn't a structural option. But with some builders, lighting is a structural option. Now, I can make a case for both it being design and for it being structural, but for whatever reason, different builders include lighting pre-wires, whether you just want to pre-wire for pendants or whether or not you want to do the pendants and have the builder, pick a fixture there and let them install them. But things like this additional recessed lighting, that is something that I do suggest you put your money into if it is recessed and pre-wires. Okay, so that I think is important because that's part of your electrical blueprint of the home. And again, you don't want to mess all that stuff up later on. So check with your builder as to whether or not adding recessed is structural or whether it is design. Allocate money in your budget for that, for pre-wiring and for recessed lights. Yes, 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 yes. However, lighting fixtures. So you're going to have a lighting fixture that's included in your dining room. You're going to have a lighting fixtures that are included in your bathrooms, although some builders have gone to the LED above your sink and no more vanity lights. But those types of things are where I'm saying you can save money. Just take the standard fixture that the builder gives you because it's included. It's free. It's already included in that price of the home. And then you can swap out that fixture later on. You can even do it after you close on the home, as long as you technically you have a licensed electrician to swap that out. You should be good when it comes to warrantable items. You just want to make sure you're not just, you just don't want to mess things up. But that's a great way to save money too. Let the builder put in whatever standard lighting fixtures they want, and then you can swap them out over time. If you don't, again, if we're just being very, very budget conscious and you're like, okay, well, I want to get our new carriage lights out front by the garage. By the way, carriage lights out front of your garage. Some builders don't include the carriage lights and they only include a pre-wire. So you need to find out whether or not it's a pre-wire with just a closed off, capped off electrical, or if there's an actual fixture. Again, those are types of things that you can add later as long as the pre-wiring is there. So one more quick look at this little chart. I know that was a lot to talk about, but hopefully it gave you some good input. Yes, to focusing your money on cabinets, counters, and flooring, and lighting when it comes to pre-wiring and adding recessed if it happens to be structural or design. And then things that you can maybe do later, because again, faucets, they're going to have a faucet in your home. You're going to be able to turn on your water, whether it's your sink, your bathroom sink, or your tub, or your shower. It just may not be the pretty fancy faucet that you want. Get that later. That's not a problem. Backsplash, add it later. And then hardware for cabinets, that'll be a personal choice. And then lighting fixtures, same thing, swap those out later. So hopefully all of that long explanation of things that you could do was helpful. So, and let me know kind of in the comments what you think. Hi, Shafiq from London. I see you. Kind of let me know what you think of what you have done in your home, where you have found some ways to kind of cut the budget a little bit and, make best bang for your buck. All right. So all of that, again, as real quick, we're going to do something else. But while I'm going to do that, I want you to if you've got any questions, kind of pop those in here. Meanwhile, let's go to congratulations. What do you think? Let's congratulate some people. Okay, we have a lot of congratulations today. So Marcia and Jerry closed on their beautiful home. They are from Virginia. We met as Disney fans on an online Disney forum. And who would have thought that so many years later, they're moving from Virginia here, and that we've reconnected, and that I helped them find their it's a beautiful home with a gorgeous view out in Claremont. They closed on their home last Friday. Super, super excited for them. And the daughter is going to be doing Disney college program. So they are now immersed in what always made their heart happy. They're living right here in Disney's backyard. So that's awesome. Tammy and Hisham. Okay, so they have been not just clients, but friends ever since they first moved here. Again, they moved here. I helped them find their first home. And we've stayed connected ever since. Tammy and I have gone out for coffee. I came over to their house once, and Hisham made the best tea ever. It was the best. And they've been looking to move as well, staying within the area, but just kind of finding a home that might provide them a little bit more of what they were looking for. And so finally, they had an offer accepted. Was late Saturday night. Yeah, late Saturday night. Finally got word that their offer was accepted. So we're going to start the fun journey of them getting ready to close on their new home and then listing their existing home, which, boy, it's a doozy. So I'll share that one with you when it's time. Harold and Dawn, they closed on their beautiful home. Oh my gosh. I mean, nicer people. My clients are all so daggone sweet. I love it. So Harold and Dawn, you guys know you closed on your home last week. A little bit crazy. We're going to talk about mail away closings one day, but that injury is a little bit too raw for me right now. So I'll do that when I'm in a better mental state. But yes, they closed on their beautiful home. And Rick and Carolyn, and actually I need to add Jenny and Phil to that too. They are in the pre-closing. They'll also be on our congratulations next week because they are doing new homeowner orientations this week, and then they should be closing next week-ish. So anyway, so lots of fun. And that makes me so happy to see so many people happy. So thank all of those people for entrusting us to help you find your beautiful home or sell your home or however it works. We're just grateful. Anyway, so a couple questions. Let me see. Tracy, you had said that you heard Disney doesn't pay their workers enough money to live and that they're homeless. Is that true? No. But they did just raise their pay, was it $17 an hour? Is that right? I think. I mean, first of all, everywhere it is difficult, which is why, you know, we're getting the, you know, shoot, what do you call it? The whatever the pay rate is, minimum wage. There you go. I was like, what's the word? You can see, I mean, even my son working at, restaurants doing things, the pay is a little bit better than it used to be, but that could still create a problem, especially if you happen to be someone who is responsible for others. If you're a family member, but you're not just a teenager that's working a job but still living at home without any expenses, that's one thing. But if, yes, if you're an adult, you're married, you've got kids, you've got a mortgage, or you've got rent, car payments, things like that, it could be tough. But on that note, and again, referencing back to our Sunday drive, I'm going to put this up just because we didn't make a graphic. So this right here is the affordable housing that Disney is building. And it's going to be lovely. So they are taking care of their people. The affordable housing will give us some more apartments and condos and things like that will assist. But yeah, so I mean, we're going to say it can always be better for everybody, but yeah, that's a good one. Let's see what else. I'm looking for Q. Let's see, here you go. Kim, do you think you would qualify for a residence pass if you are contracted to build? So when we first moved here, we actually had to show them a bill that came to our house. So I don't know, Kim. I think that showing them a contract may not help because you would have to actually physically own the property.
But you can do that for schools, so
yeah.
Maybe you can do it.
Schools is one thing, yeah, but I don't know. You'd have to ask, but I know that when we did it, we had to show them bills and statements that came to our house, like utility bills, to show that we actually were residents and driver's licenses and things like that. So I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. And then Rob, is the Incredipass good for a year? Yeah, I think they're all good for a year, right, Eric? Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, Rob. Can I assume that an all wood flooring is possible? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So when we built this home, we did a LVP, which stands for luxury vinyl plank, which is really durable. It's water resistant. It's scratch proof. And it's great when you have kids or pets. And obviously we have pets. We have kids too, but not the kind that they're referencing. Maybe one day grandkids. But we have the wood flooring is extended all throughout this first floor, including the primary bedroom, upstairs into the game room area, down that hallway. But yeah, and we could have put that in every single room if we wanted. But there are some flooring surfaces that they will not put in the wet areas because they're not really conducive to be in a wet area. But yeah, you can basically get whatever you want. So Kim, kind of going back to what we, what we talked about, what percentage should you budget for upgrades? That's a great question. And so I think a lot of times it depends, as we said earlier, about the square footage of your home, right? So if you've got a smaller home, 16 to 1800 square feet, that's going to be one thing. So I would say maybe 10%. Excuse me. If you have that mid-range home, you might want to go like 12, 13%. If you've got a larger home, you're probably going to go 15 to 18%. And that's just me spitballing. Okay. And that's just kind of average. It's what I see my clients spending. They're not all like overspenders and they're not all, stuck on a really distinct budget. So that's why it's a good average within there. The one thing that I do always ask, when I have a client that's building from dirt, because remember, building from dirt is what we expect new construction to be, but it's not always what it is any longer here in this area. One of the things that I typically do is I will ask, like when my client is there and we're contracting, I will ask my site agent partner and say, hey, Larissa, for the other people that have been building this Anna Maria with a bonus, on average, what are you seeing that they're spending? Because their insight, they see what it cost when they were just contracting with the base price, the lot premium, and the structurals and elevation. They knew what that price was. Then they go to the design center, and then she enters in that information again as, okay, now that we've done the design center, what does that look like? So she's got more real community specific examples. Mine is a bit more broad, but we're still pretty much on track because I kind of use that same information. But you can usually ask that site agent and say, what are you seeing? And they're usually very helpful with that. Okay, so let's see. Diz Deb. We did the same, Susie Q, added blinds, appliances, and a few tech upgrades. Yeah, you know what? Speaking of tech upgrades, that's really important too. And you know what? I have to pop this Diet Coke. I'm sorry. It's beyond coffee time, my friends. Okay, so appliances and a few tech upgrades. So first of all, when you talk about appliances, this is important too. So appliances, most builders are including obviously your dishwasher, your oven, your microwave, if it's a gourmet kitchen, the double oven, whatever it is, the microwave, the garbage disposal, that stuff. Okay, that's included with your home. What's not included is your washer and dryer and your refrigerator for lots of reasons. Number one, they were difficult to get. Number two, people are very specific about how they want their refrigerator to look and function. And the same thing about how, bye, Bobby, I love you. Sorry, my son's heading off to school. It's exam week, so he didn't have to go in until later, so he wasn't being lazy. Anyway, so appliances, some people want the side-by-side fridge, some want the drawer. So that's one of the reasons the builders stopped doing it, because it really was a personal preference and people were asking if they could change it or swap it, and it just got a little bit crazy. So, but sometimes builders do in a more entry-level home. Sometimes it's included. So anyway, so appliances is something you can do afterwards. But the tech upgrades, going back to Diz Deb, that's important. Yeah, so if you work from home and you need to have, your internet capabilities, you have to have your low voltage, your Cat 6, you have to have this, that, and the other in your room, in your office space, 100% understand. If I had known that this room that I was going to be in was going to be my office when we built it, which I didn't know clearly, I would have added some additional things in here so that I didn't have this cord draping over here to my left, because it drives me bonkers. But I just didn't know, right? So think thoughtfully about your home and how you're going to use it, and most definitely prepare for the low tech or the low voltage tech upgrades that you might need for your home. Eric is standing here. So Eric, sir, yes, sir.
I just wanted to share some inside baseball, as they say, about how the thing works. And maybe, I don't know if you've even noticed it, but so if you go to our comments thing, does your comments thing come up? Uh-huh. So we ask you to type a Q : when you do a question, but we have Q is somebody's screen name. We have Shafiq. We have Susie Q. So all of those comments are coming. So when she searches for comments,
I know they all pop up.
They all pop up there. So that's why she's like, wait, what? There's a question there. But keep typing Q : if you have a comment, so that she can find it, and then search for Q : not just the Q. But we love having all of you people like Shafiq and Q.
And Q, I know. And Q, I like to just like, you guys are my realities. I love it. It's cute, but it's because I searched Q, right? I love it.
And Q, we will come to West Side.
Yes,
I promise.
We have not forgotten you.
I promise. Yes.
Yes. Bye. Yes. Very good. All right. So I have I'm going to go back here. I have another question from Ben. Good morning. How does garbage pickup work at the different communities? Does the city, county pick it up as part of your property taxes, or do you need to hire a private service? So no, you don't hire it as a private service. At least, again, not where we are. I'd never like to speak in generalities when it comes to other areas throughout Florida, but here in Central Florida, yeah, when you go to like Orange County Utilities or like Winter Garden, City of Winter Garden, those are the types of, or the City of Lake County. Or City of Lake County Utilities, things like that. All of that is kind of included in. You still have to set up for it so that they send out your bins and your recycling bin. But it's, you don't pay separately for an outside service. They come. Now here's something interesting. In our first home, which was also Winter Garden, they came twice a week for trash pickup and once a week for recycling. We moved 6 miles down the street now, technically in Horizon West, which is let me try that again. Horizon West, unincorporated Winter Garden. They actually only pick it up once a week here, which is fine, but that's why we had to get 2 garbage bins, because we had it always filled up. When they came to our other house, they picked it twice a week. Here, they only pick it up once a week. So little things like that, you just want to make sure that you kind of are aware of, depending on where you live. Let's see. So Q, we were just laughing, right? You guys aren't my realtors, unfortunately, but we just went into framing process on my new build in Champions Gate along West Side Boulevard. Hope you guys drive down there soon. Yes. And then he followed up by saying, wish I would have found y'all before we signed. That's okay. We still love you. And hopefully you're still getting some good information from this. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Hello, my bee. I truly appreciate your Sunday drives and coffee time. Would happen to have any updates on the builders communities located at the new Hartzog, West Haven, Harvest Ovation, Osprey Ranch, etc. Yeah, so, okay, so if you have followed those Sunday drives, remember there was one time we showed you these signs. Then we went by another time and they pulled these signs down. And I'm like, what's going on? And we went back again the other day and now all the signs are back up. So you've got Surrey Homes will be there. Who else is over there? Rockwell, Taylor Morrison is back again with their big sign. So things are still moving and progressing. It looks like the West Haven at Ovation is going to have their models open. We're hearing June. And if that is true, that is a great sign, my friends. If that actually, because those models are built. Like they've been sitting there. It's just the only upright vertical structure within the community at the moment are the models. But if they get that permission to get those open, up and running, then that's a great sign for that whole area. And as a reminder, it really isn't the builder's fault. They're probably more frustrated than anybody else is because of what it's doing. But it's just part of the county and a water issue. Yes, Eric is standing.
So we're hearing
that. Wait, I
sorry.
Step back. I put you on the.
Hi everyone. So we're hearing that it's going to be June, but many of us hope
it's gonna be May.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It is exhausting, my friends. Like
Osprey Ranch is selling, by the way. They're actively selling, but not building.
Yeah, same thing. Osprey Ranch is selling. They're just not building yet. So good. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this. Let's find out. Let's something fun. What do we want to do fun? Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to do this. We forgot to do this. So we are so proud of the Horizon Hawks boys soccer team for being district champs. So we here at Heart and Home Orlando, we sponsored the team and got them their t-shirts, which they were very surprised. They just had their awards banquet. I guess it was last week. And the boys were surprised. They did not know that we had gotten in cahoots with Coach and got the shirts for them. But we are super excited and proud of them. Horizon High School is a new school. It's to do as well as they are doing in every aspect is really, really encouraging on a much, much broader scale. But that is Javon there at the bottom holding up the shirt. Javon is our family. We call them family because his family moving here was the reason I'm doing videos. They are dear, dear friends, and it's so crazy to see how fast these kids have grown up. But yeah, so that is the Horizon High School boys soccer team, district champs here. Whoop, whoop. And go Hawks. And then, of course, the bottom right-hand corner is me and my sweet friend Jen. She is the one, we've talked to her before. She has Let's Dance, which is the dance program for the elementary school age kids. It is a mobile dance opportunity. So whether or not you live in a community, it might be offered at the community's amenity center, or she goes into actually some of the elementary schools. This is their big recital time. So they've got lots of their final events coming up. So we have vowed to try to have coffee together every once in a while. And I tell you, it just doesn't happen. But this past Thursday morning, we did I think it was Thursday. We had a very, it was a really nice, relaxing, and it was not short. We had a nice long visit, and you know what? It was good for my soul. So cheers to you, my friend Jen. And again, thank you, Horizon High School for sporting the shirts, and hope you enjoyed them. All right, so then let's see, where else do we have other fun stuff? This is let's do what I want. No, let's do Zillow. Oh, I want to do Zillow. Okay, so this is an Amy house. Oh my gosh. So this is in Sneeds Ferry, North Carolina. It's only 2.4 million, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 4,534 square feet. But look at that. Look at how gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I love that. That is very much an Amy dream home. I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I grew up sitting on the sand in front of the Atlantic Ocean there in Virginia Beach. I sat on the sand near the Chesapeake Bay, which was our private little beach for our neighborhood. And I really, really, really love the beach. And more importantly, I love the sand being right there. So this home is speaking to my heart. Oh my gosh, if only I had the money. This is beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous on the interior as well as the exterior. It's nice. It's private. It sits up higher. I love everything about it. The colors, the fit and finish, the design. Price I'm not so fond of, but I would expect it to be more just because it is so kind of private and isolated, but really beautiful. I have to call my friend Wendy. And Wendy, you know what? We should have Wendy as a guest. We're going to do that. She is an amazing real estate agent out there, kind of in the Outer Banks area. We are friends from high school. She was a year older than me. So, we knew each other, but it was, friends of friends. But we're on Facebook friends, and she has always got some of the most amazing listings out there in the Outer Banks. So anyway, so maybe she could help me with this one. Maybe if we all pitch in. Anyway, so that's a lovely one. I hope you like that one too. There's nothing funny about that one. That one is I'm just kind of crying a little bit on the inside because I'm like, I want that house. Anyway, all right, so let's move back on. All right, so we are going to do, this is a little fun thing. So Eric and I don't know if you can see us there kind of on the bottom little diamond shape, that is Eric and myself. We will be on the cover of Orlando Real Producers, where they have, what are
Amy,
they?
What month is that magazine going to come out?
Ovation.
Oh, there's the wrong button.
You
Amy,
messed
wait,
it up.
set up.
Try it
Amy,
again. Take two.
What month is that magazine going to come out?
It's gonna be May.
Thank you.
He has to get use out of that work, which I don't blame him. So hand me that over there.
What?
Hand me my picture.
Oh.
So we're very, very grateful to Aaron over at Real Producers. There was a time I was on the cover of Real Producers. I don't know when that was. Clearly it was before I lost some weight. March of 2022. So here we are, May.
It's gonna be May.
Nice, thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank
honey.
you.
That was my gift to you for today.
I'm so happy now.
So the May issue of Real Producers is just it has just kind of some couples in there, and for whatever reason somebody nominated us as their term was powerhouse couple, and again that's not what we do. We don't, I don't know, we appreciate it, but we're just people who happen to work together now. This was never Eric's dream in his life to be doing this with me, but life doesn't always go the way you plan it. And here we are. I was supposed to be working at Walgreens. That's what I was going to do. We moved to Florida and I was going to work somewhere where I could clock in and clock out, and it just didn't happen, and we are beyond grateful to be where we are. But yes, I promise you, Eric did not have plans for this. So anyway, okay, any more questions? I'm going to double check that real fast, and then I'm going to get ready to get out of here because I know you guys have things you have to do. Any more questions? Anybody that you noticed, Eric?
Yeah, what I'm watching as well.
Oh yeah, what I'm watching. Let's do that one real quick, and then we'll let you go for the day. What I'm watching, here it is. So I just finished this. So by the way, going back to last week's, I had just finished jury duty. And I've had so many of you texting me like privately going, oh my gosh, we watched it. It was so good. So I'm glad you liked that one. This is another one. This is Night Sky. This is on Amazon Prime or Prime Video. I don't know there. Prime Video. But here's the thing. It's Sissy Spacek and J.K. Simmons. First of all, I always stop when I know the actors. Not personally, but like when I know them, I know it's going to be good, even if it's not great. Do you know what I mean? Like if the script is not great, if the plot is not fantastic, you are not going to fail when you have two amazing actors like the stars of this one. And I will tell you, I'm very disappointed that they're not doing a season 2. However, it did end and I have closure. So it is one of those. There's only 8 episodes. Each episode is 45 minutes to an hour, I guess, ish. Very, very cool. The acting was amazing. Of course it was. But on the last episode, it was kind of fulfilling in the sense where I'm like, well, I'm kind of bummed that there's not a season 2, but at least everything kind of came to a full closure and my heart was happy. So if you're bored and you want something else to watch, this is another 8 episode show. Yes, Eric. Yes, sir.
I have a couple of jobs. Yes, this was never my dream, but my dream is to share with people dumb trivia. So J.K. Simmons' most famous role that you don't know is the voice of the yellow peanut M&M. That's J.K. Simmons. And I know that you all feel much better about your wealth and base of knowledge today because I've shared that with you. You're supposed to cut away now.
Oh, I'll cut away. Oh, hold on. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I stayed a little bit too long. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I will tell you, like,
Tell me
seriously,
about
Eric. Did you hear that?
Oh, bother.
You know, we've been married 30 years, and thankfully we have more laughs than we have anything else. But shut up. Anyway, real quick. Quentin, you said you're sorry. When is it coming out?
It's gonna be May.
I have a feeling that you were trying to set up my husband for that, my friend. So that's all right. I hooked you up. Okay. All right, guys. So I think I covered everything on my list today. I don't think we have any other questions.
There's a good follow-up thing there.
Follow-up?
About Osprey Ranch, though. If you go to here, and I'm not suggesting it because you said I'm hilarious.
Oh.
Now you missed it now. Now you went all the way down.
What?
All the way down.
All the way down. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a lot of comments. I love going back and reading these.
So keep going. Oh, and then, by the way, there's another question. But
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll find a follow-up later. You had it. But
Okay. He always gets mad at me because I don't read his mind.
It was right there on the screen.
Anyway, let me see if there's anything here because I don't want to miss it in case there's somebody here.
Hold on. I'm just going to find it.
He's going to find it. Okay, well, while he's finding it, I'll tell you the same thing
Here,
I always
boom.
do.
I didn't say it because she said I'm hilarious. That's just a good follow-up on Osprey Ranch.
Oh, no, he wanted it. Yes, so Eric is hilarious. You know what? Yes, he is. I agree. Yes, I purchased a lot at Osprey Ranch and received a projected closing date in October of 2023, which is pretty hard to believe considering there is zero construction activity. I know. That's not going to happen, my love. It's not. I mean, it's just, there's no way. I mean, in a normal world, once they break ground, and we're not talking permitting anymore, because we know that permitting is typically 3 months if the community is prepped and ready to go. And in these cases, these communities were not prepped and ready to go when they started to sell to begin with. So once you get a pre-construction meeting and they actually break ground, you're still talking at least 6 months to build, right? So yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, now I feel bad. So we should end with something happier, I guess. What can we do that's happy? I don't know. I can tell you, I appreciate you. So again, thank you guys for always popping in. We really, really, really do appreciate it. I know you have lots more important things to do on a Monday morning, but hopefully you enjoyed our time together. Do you want to say something, dear? Nope, he's just walking by. He's just waving. All right, guys, so let me wrap this up by saying, as I always say, please stay safe, stay well. Remember, we really do love you and we appreciate you. Happy house hunting. Bye, guys. See you later. See you next Monday.